What's going on, people? It's your boy Leon Maz from Leon Talks TV. So, we're about to get into this one. So, today's topic is basically about being able to attract a woman versus keeping a woman. And there's a big difference. So, let's delve into this topic that many guys think about attracting women and keeping them around. A lot of men can attract women they like, but they often struggle to maintain that attraction once they've got her attention. I mean, this is a skill that really important if you want to have a successful relationship. So let's break it down. The difference between attracting a woman and keeping them around, and what you can do to improve both. Chapter 1. Attracting a woman. First, let's talk about attracting women. Attracting someone is all about making a good first impression. You know, they say looks keeps you in the door, but it's your personality in your game that makes you stay in the room. This can come from how you look, how you talk, and how you carry yourself. Here are a few tips. Confidence is key. Women are often attracted to confident men. That doesn't mean you have to be over the top, loud, but showing that you believe in yourself can go a long way. Taking care of yourself, looking good, smelling good, simple things like grooming, dressing well, and practicing good hygiene can make a big difference. Being interesting, having hobbies, stories, and experiences to share can help keep a woman's interest, showing her that you have a life outside of dating. Attracting women is just the first step. It might feel great to get their attention, but it's what happens after that that really matters. Chapter 2. Keeping women around. Now let's shift gears and talk about keeping women around. This is where many guys struggle. Just because you attracted her doesn't mean she will stay. Here are some ways to maintain that attraction. Stay engaged, keep a conversation going, ask questions, and really listen to what she has to say. Show genuine interest in her life, thoughts, and feelings. Be fun and be playful. Keep things light and fun, and don't be afraid to joke around and tease her a little bit. This can create a playful vibe that keeps her coming back for more. Be reliable. Show that you're someone she can count on. If you say you're going to do something, follow through. This is a big part of any relationship. You might attract a lot of women, but if you can't keep them interested, you'll find that they might ghost you after a while. Chapter 3. Addressing life situations. Now let's talk about something really important. Sometimes you might be on the right place in your life to maintain a relationship, especially financially. Looking good and being attractive is great, but if you're struggling with other areas of your life, it can affect your relationship. Here's why. Financial stability. Being financially stable can help you feel more confident and secure in a relationship. If you're stressed about money, it can spill over into your dating life. It's okay to focus on getting your finances in order before diving into a relationship. Plenty of times I've been in situations where I may have met a real stunning looking girl, but real pretty. I mean, real pretty. And I've been in situations where I'm like, okay, I know what this is. This is probably going to end up being a one-night stand. And I've been in situations where I've ended up on a one-night stand and I know it wouldn't go further than that because financially I was not in the place where I wanted to be. And that type of girl, you're going to need your finances in order to maintain that relationship. So sometimes you have to be in a realistic situation. Sometimes I might meet a girl and I might be like, oh my days, I want to get to know her more because she's stunningly beautiful. But sometimes you're just like, you have to let go of pursuing her, even though she's showing you high interest because you're not in the right place at that precise moment. For example, you're probably still living at home with your parents, don't have a car, don't have a decent job or making decent money. So you have to have your priorities in the right places, because what good is it having a beautiful girl, but you can't do for her what other men can do for her who are lining up to be with her. So with that being said, I've been in a lot of situations where I've had to let a lot of girls go because of where I was financially and where I was in my life. Because it's not just about being attractive and having the right personality and having the right game to maintain a woman. Sometimes it's where you at in life, and sometimes it's also finances. Regardless of if a woman's a gold digger or she's not a gold digger, relationship costs money. It costs money to be in a relationship. So yeah. So let's talk about personal growth. Personal growth, while it's important to attract women, it's equally important to work on yourself. Take the time to build your career, pursue your passion, and become the best version of yourself. When you feel good about your life, it's easier to share that positive energy with someone else. Honesty is key. If you're not in a good place but still want to date, be honest about your situation. And I've always said it's always important to be honest in every situation you deal with, especially when you're meeting a woman for the first time. Don't lead with a fake life. Don't lead with a fake lifestyle. Don't be posting things standing next to a Ferrari or your in the club popping bottles, but then it's not really your bottles, it's your friend's bottles. Don't maintain that fake it to make it a law when it comes to women, because there's going to be a point in your situation where you're going to have to prove that lifestyle to that woman. And that's something that you don't want to do. And trust me, I've been there before and it's backfired. I probably will say in another video, but I'll just give you a little insight. So for example, all right, I'll give you a situation where on my part, I wasn't honest when I was seeing this girl, right? So basically what happened was I was getting to know this girl, but she lived outside. So she lived outside of London, right? But she lived like over 200-300 miles away from me. It's like she lived really far. But I never really knew where this whole relationship was going. But at the time, I was living at home. She was a student. She was an international student at the time. So basically what happened, spoke to this girl for a year. Didn't know if it was actually going to go anywhere because it was a long distance. But for some reason, I always entertained it because I just felt like you never know. You never know what could happen. Maybe I might go to her town one day and just probably chill out there. So cut a long story short, after about 9 months, she had a friend's graduation in London. So she was like, oh yeah, she wants to come to London, but she wanted to know if I could put her up, her and a friend. So I don't know. I guess I might have lied that I had my own place. I think I did. Cut a long story short, I've agreed to it. Don't know why, but I agreed to it. And now I'm in a sticky situation because now I've got to look for a flat and I've got about a week to do this. But mind you, to put it in context, at that time, there wasn't any Airbnbs. So I couldn't just go on an Airbnb and book a flat. There wasn't things, those type of things weren't around at that time. Luckily enough for me, I had a friend that had his own flat. And at the time, he had a spare room, which he wasn't renting out. So it was right at the right time. So I spoken to him. He's like, yeah, sure, you can do that. So the girls come down for the weekend and he's giving me the spare room. So as he's giving me the spare room, I've acted that I live here. I've got all my suitcases there, everything. So I made it look like I live there. So the weekend goes great. Everything goes perfect. I'm the man, you know? The girls loving me, everything, you know what I'm saying? I even rented out a nice little car for the weekend. So that's all done. In my mind, I'm thinking, that's it. I'm not going to see this girl again. She's going to go back to her town and it's going to be a very long time for us two to reignite together because it's long distance, right? But don't get me wrong, I really liked the girl and she took a liking to me. So after that, she started calling me. She's calling me, we're calling each other, and one thing led to another, which that was another mistake. I should have got into a relationship, but I've ended up in a relationship with this girl. But I can't remember at the time what my full process was. I was thinking maybe so, because she lived outside, I had enough time to find my own place before the next time we meet. Because I was thinking during that space, what I could do was just meet her in her hometown. And by the time she comes back to London, I would have my own place. But literally in the space of like 2-3 weeks, she had another engagement in London that she needed to come to London ASAP. Now this is where I was stuck because now the friend that I had used his flat and used his room, he now was renting out his room to someone else. So now I'm stuck. I've got no other friend that's got a spare room. So now I'm in a predicament situation, which now I've got to tell her and come clean. Well, I didn't really come clean, but I can't remember the excuse that I came up with. But I do remember telling her that I had to move back at my parents' house, or my mom's house. For whatever reason, I can't remember what the excuse was why I moved back. But I remember it was definitely that I did lie about the situation, but I do remember her feeling disappointed. I remember her feeling very disappointed and very let down. And I remember her exact words when I said I lived at home. She was like, OMG. But anyways, I say that to say this. Honesty is definitely a big key in situations like that. So you have to remember that when you do trying to maintain a girl, it's always best to be honest about your life circumstances. So in conclusion, attracting women and keeping them around are two different things. Attraction is about making a great first impression, while keeping her interest takes effort and skills. Remember that being in the right place in your life, financially and personally, can make a big difference. By being confident and engaging, fun, and trustworthy, you can maintain that attraction. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on dating and relationship. Thanks for